Good morning, welcome to the Happy Harvest Homestead. As you just saw, we currently don't have any running water in our house anywhere. While usually we are blessed with running water everywhere in the house, we can use it for bathing and drinking, washing clothes and washing dishes and watering plants and all these other comforts we're used to. Right now, our well is somehow broken and we don't have any running water right now. And while we are having somebody come look at it and hopefully fix it soon, water is one of those things that you can't wait a few days and go without to fix it. So I thought I'd show you all of our homesteading kind of off-grid ways we get water to do semi-regular things without having running water in our house. As I mentioned before, we are on a well, and while we usually have no problems with the well, we've lived here enough years to have something go wrong with our well more than a couple times. The first time it happened, we were freaking out and didn't know what to do and were scrambling. Second time was a little better, third time was a little better, and now by this point we kind of have a routine down. So while it is super annoying, we know what we're doing and have a system and have all the supplies and stuff, which I'm going to show you all in this video. The first one is the sink replacement. So we have this jug. It's mostly empty right now, but it's kind of our replacement sink. So you'll turn it on. Right now, you have to kind of tilt it down. But we use this to wash hands and wash dishes. As you can also tell, we have a whole bunch of dirty dishes everywhere. Our dishwasher has stopped, so it's just full of dirty dishes. Because our water is so precious, we don't want to waste it on just washing all the dishes, so we're basically just using a lot of paper products and washing by hand what we super duper need. So we'll wait to do all the dishes whenever we get our water back on, which hopefully is today or tomorrow. And our clothes washer has likewise stopped or stalled or something. As you can see, it was in the middle of a cycle. So we're just going to have to either not do laundry or do laundry outside with our special off-grid, really difficult and time-consuming outside washing supplies that we got for an emergency like this one. But hopefully we get the water turned back on before we need to do that. And hopefully these wet clothes don't rot or mold while they're sitting here. That is a concern we'll have to worry about. For our emergency plastic blue jug faucet thing, and just for drinking water, we have distilled water in jugs already and prepared, and other, I guess this is spring water. Some people like the taste of this better than that, and we have both. So we have stocked up on water, so we just have it in our house ready to be used, either in our glasses and drinking, or in our jug to wash things with. Okay, next let's talk about the bathroom setup. Like in the kitchen, we have a jug and soap. So in place of turning this tap on, you'll turn this tap on and use soap like regular. And then we can use the jugs out in the kitchen to refill this as well. And then, as the sign will remind you, we are doing things a bit differently with our toilets. Number one, we'll just sit in the toilet. It'll kind of smell bad, but it won't be that big of a deal. Number two, we will flush. We have a rain catchment system outside with a huge barrel full of water. It isn't filtered or anything, so we have to filter or boil it to drink it or use it for on dishes and stuff. But for a toilet, we can just fill up a huge bucket, lug it in the house, and then flush the toilet. Thankfully, our electricity is still on, so we can flush, but the water needed to refill the toilet doesn't refill it, so we have to refill the water manually, but we can flush like normal once we refill the water. Our other big issues are animal water and watering our garden. It's been really, really hot lately, so we've been needing to water the plants a whole bunch, but we're having to only water the most important plants, like our starts that are still in pots and the things we have freshly planted. So stuff like these herbs and flowers in our green stalk towers aren't getting watered. If our water isn't back on in a few days, we probably will water them, but they'll just have to suffer through the heat without a daily dose of watering for now. These are our second and third batches of baby astrolurp chicks that we hatched this year. There are 35 chicks in here and they drink a lot of water. Thankfully, our animal water isn't going to be that different than usual. Because they're outside, we just fill up their waters with either our rainwater barrel or our spigot hose that's attached to the well. because they're on different sides of the barnyard, some animals are easier to do with one, some are easier on the other. So for some animals, it won't change at all. Like these chicks, I do the rain catchment system. But some animals, I will just walk a little bit farther and use the rainwater to fill up theirs instead of using the well water. So here's a look at our well. I believe this thing lifts off or something.
No.
And then actually right across from it is the thing that's saving us, our water catchment system. So whenever we first moved here, several years ago, this barn, shop, garage thing didn't have any gutters on it. So after we moved and got settled, one of our first projects was to attach gutters. So we have one going over here and one going on the other side that you can't see right now. But as part of putting on gutters, we thought, since we're up here and paying for someone to do all this for us, why not attach it to a rain catchment system and have our own rainwater too? So we have one down here, and then we have a whole bunch over here, goes into this black barrel, and then it'll fill up, and then any overflow comes out of this pipe. And then it goes down behind the IBC tote and out of these things and into our pond. So basically, I don't know how many gallons it is. It might say on the thing, 3,000 gallons. And then we have a little hose over here. So you just twist the little knob and then water comes out. This is what is saving us humans, our plants, and our animals from getting super dehydrated and possibly wilting or dying. The only problem we'll face is if we have to use this so much that we run out of water. Part of the problem is that we're in the time of the summer where it never rains. We had a whole bunch of rain in May, but now we're into actual summer where it hasn't rained in a week or so, maybe even over a week. It's very hot, so all the outside plants and animals are drinking more. And we've incorporated this rainwater into our everyday lives, using it for the animals, using it for the plants. But we have emergencies so infrequently that it'd be a waste just to leave it full all the time and let it sit for like months and months until our well breaks again. So we just have been using it. But the problem is now that it's not completely full. And unless it rains again, it's going to stay not completely full. So it might not actually be 3,000 gallons. We'll just hope that it isn't almost completely empty. But it'll probably be just fine. Looks like it came at the perfect time. We're refilling the buckets for watering the orchard. We have this huge cart. Looks like we have 4 buckets, 2 watering cans, lots of lugging. Thankfully, we have the cart that fits all this stuff. Okay, so I've been talking to you guys for a good half hour on my end, though I'll probably edit it to be less for you guys. But we now have to prepare for milking, and for that we need water. So I'll bring you along. This should be interesting. Us figuring out how to do the milking without running water. It won't be that hard, it'll just be different. We need to do dewormer too. Yeah, 1 spoon. I guess for goats it doesn't matter if it's dirty. 2 bowls. Oh, thankfully we have 2 clean bowls. So we need 1 pint of warm water. Does it need to be warm? The goats don't really care if it's cold. We could just do cold water. Because we're gonna wash them off and stuff, we should probably use clean water. We have more distilled water than spring water, and it tastes weird, so we'll use this up for the stuff we're not drinking. So we've decided this will be much easier than we thought it would be because we don't have to warm it up. Then the dewormer is gonna be hard because I have to wash my hands in between each one, at least unless someone else does the whole rest of the thing besides forming them. See, this is the kind of stuff we have to just do. It's not bad. It's probably good for us to practice, but it is kind of weird and annoying. 1, 2 teaspoons and enough molasses to make it stick together, and then stir. We are done. That's pretty good. Then we just need 3 more of those.
And I'll just have in my hands.
Okay, all 4 balls are made. Let's see, because I've rinsed my hands in this before, but I haven't had super dirty hands like you have with this thing. At least not this time around. Yay, it works! So I'm now out doing animal chores, and I wasn't thinking and just did the habit of trying to fill up the jug with the spigot. And I was like, why isn't it turning on? And then I remembered, oh yeah, we have no water, so I have to go fill up at the other one. It's just the little things. They just make this so weird. our water is fixed. We were able to fix it ourselves today. Now I have to do dishes. You were good to us, but we don't need you anymore. Make sure this is screwed on. Goodbye, you. And hello, super messy kitchen. I'm gonna have to clean up. That's okay.